I'm Lizabeth.
And I'm Cindy.
And we're here with another Feeding Frenzy for the 4 Spiritual Laws of Prosperity by Edwin Gaines, a simple guide to unlimited abundance.
Wow.
Yeah, we are now going into part 4. We're going to talk about law number 4. What is law number 4?
Divine purpose.
I'm fixated on love.
Divine purpose. And we're on chapter 8.
We're going to talk about the most important part.
Yes.
With any of this.
Commitment. Mm-hmm. Right. What are you committed to?
You got to just sling out of the gate like that? You can't just ease into it?
Yeah. What are you committed to?
What am I committed to? I am committed to helping as many people as possibly can while I'm here.
With what?
We're getting unstuck.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Well, a lot of us allow our past to keep us stuck where we're at, living in the victim role. And I truly believe that it is part of my purpose to show people that you don't have to be stuck. You don't have to live there. There is a life after it.
I like that.
There is an afterlife.
I think I'll help you.
There's a life after. And so I believe it's my purpose to show people an afterlife.
Good.
I don't think I've ever verbalized that.
I don't think so either.
Wow, that was pretty big. I'm going to take that in for just a minute.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure what that entails.
Or where it came from.
It must have been deep, you know?
Yeah. Wow. So, now that
so
you
there,
said,
hit me with
I
a
want
big
to
slinger.
jump in there and help you with it, you know. No, I felt stuck in a marriage I didn't want to be in for years, you know. And I felt stuck in jobs I didn't want to be in for years.
Yeah.
And I felt stuck in a lot of things that I didn't want to be in. So I think that's a good mission.
Wow.
Good purpose. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Very.
You want to know what I'm committed to?
Please.
I want to make the commitment today.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if I really want to make this commitment, because if I make this on video, I'm going to have to stick to it.
If you speak it.
If I speak it, I have to commit to it. See,
then
this
you
is
become...
when I first met Edwin, this is what she wanted me to do, was make a commitment.
And you wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it. I was determined.
Are you still that stubborn?
I have those tendencies.
Yes, you do.
I am committed. This is a big one, so it's scary.
Okay.
I'm committed to figuring this out. And I'm committed to doing it without going and getting a job I don't want.
That's big.
That's huge.
That's
Because
really
every time
big.
things get tough, I say, I'm just going to go get a job.
Yes.
Then I start looking.
Yes.
It just makes me want to cry.
Proud of you. I'm very proud of you. That's a big
all
step
hard when
outside your comfort zone.
It's like I'm determined to make my business work all the time and not just some of the time. Whew, this is tough.
I'm proud of you.
Whew.
Keep going. Keep going.
I'm going to figure it out so that we can help other people figure it out for themselves and see what works and what doesn't. And I'm absolutely positive that whatever works for me or for us is not going to work for them. You know, I mean, they have to find their own way.
Yeah.
Because if we could just look at somebody else that's made it work, then you know we'd already be there. So it's something that we each have to do. But I'm committed to doing it.
We have committed to our prosperous life. Finding and working the prosperous life. Being happy in all aspects of our lives. And then showing others how to get there. That you don't have to be stuck and you don't have to be unhappy and you don't have to live in fear.
Yep, and I think my purpose has been for a while to help people who are unhappy in their jobs to find their own passion and a way to make a living doing what they love to do. You know, and my biggest problem, I think, one of my biggest problems is that I know a lot about computers and programming and software and websites, but I'm not a real good business person, or haven't been in the past, and I've tried to work my way around that, and I've got to learn those things I don't know to be a better business person to support what I love. And so what I would like to do is to help others who have a passion and are really good at something but aren't so good at the business end of it. You know, I don't have all the answers for them, obviously, but I want to find people who do have the answers in ways, or I want to find the answers and then show them, you know. But I think our purpose with the web business is to help people live their dreams and find their passions and then make those profitable so that they can do those full time and
so
not
they
have
can get
to
on
work.
purpose.
Yeah, so they can get on purpose and not work in a job they don't want to work in. So I can't expect to do that if I don't make a commitment to do that myself. You know, I can't lead people where I'm not willing to go.
Yes.
So I feel like I have to make that commitment to not, out of fear, go find a job that I really don't want.
Okay.
It's a scary thought. Because it'd be real easy just
Can be,
to drive down the road a piece and start looking. Okay, let's talk about something else. This is very uncomfortable. Quit just staring at me cry.
Hi. Well, I'm doing my very best not to cry because I'm taking from another movie. I have a very strict policy that no one cries alone in my presence. You know what that's from?
No.
Oh, it's from Steel Magnolia.
Oh. Been a while since I
It's very difficult not to. So when you hear about it too, I'm so proud. So proud of you. It's a big step. And now I think that's the first step in commitment, is saying, I'm scared, and I don't know what's going to happen here. But I believe enough in it, and I'm going to commit to it. I'm committed to making it work.
Well, I think what made me decide to say that or do that is when you were reading the book and she said that if there's a way out, then it's not a commitment. And that's been my way out. Is knowing I can just go get a job when it gets too tough. So if I take that, if I burn that boat, then I have to make this work. And we gotta hurry up and get this done because I need to clean eggs.
This commitment stuff is big. It's hard on a girl, isn't it?
It is.
It is hard to stick with your passion and your purpose when you've got, bills that need to be paid and you're not seeing things the way you want to see, them. We've had to do a lot of rearranging of our goals and that kind of thing.
We have.
And it's a scary thing to look at sometimes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of courage to say, you know what, doesn't matter, I'm still going to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, tax day is hard.
Tax day was difficult. It was difficult. Mm-hmm. But it was just I don't know, it's become a fuel for the fire. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I really feel like that's what we have to do with everything that comes up that is not the way we wanted it to come up. We can either get better, or we can get bitter. Mm-hmm. And I choose to get better. Even though maybe not in the moment. Yeah. But by the next morning, usually by the time I sit down and do my journaling, I have a new fire. And that's the way it was today, You got to take the blows and turn them into good things. You got to take the bad energy and turn it into good energy. And that's not always easy to do. So, because of tax day, we owed the government some money, and that was a hard pinch. Yeah. A very hard pinch. But turning it around, was able to look at it like, okay, well then that's for health insurance. Thank you for the health insurance. You know?
Yeah.
We can always turn it. We can always turn
right.
it.
Right. And I kept asking, okay, so what are we doing wrong here? If we're doing everything we know to do to follow these laws, then anything I hear that we're not doing or see that we're not doing, then I have to tell myself, okay, you're not really committed, or you're not really doing this if you don't follow each and every one of the things to the letter. And you were reading that this morning, and the commitment is just, I've always had plan B. I've always had a way out, even though those ways out and those plan Bs were not always real clear. Like the job thing has not been real clear.
It's not like you've got one lined up, but it is a plan B.
Yeah. It's a plan B. I always have it in the back of my mind, well, if this doesn't work out, I can just go get a job. And then every time it comes to the point of, I think, okay, it's time to go get the job, I just feel icky and deflated. And and it's like, that's not what I really want to do. Am I doing this out of fear? And the answer is always yes. And I don't want to live from fear. I don't want to do things from fear. And then I get angry with God and say, why isn't this working? You know, I'm doing everything I know to do. And then I have that little thing in my head that says, are you? Really? You know, you still got plan B? So I'm hoping that commitment is the key.
Well, just like you were talking about when your son was really, really young, and you were 100% committed to coming home and being with him, and you were going to do everything that needed to be done in order to get it done. When we get that on purpose, that committed to making it work, then there's no way it can fail. Right.
So it has to work. I don't have another option. I'm cutting all the other options out, and I'm going to make this work. And one of the first things I feel like I need to do is to set some goals towards that end. Is to make goals that are more specific to making that happen, instead of goals of things I just want. These are things that I need to be committed to, and I need to do first
before we can even
go
look
on
at the rest
trips
of it.
or go things I just want. This is a have to for me, you know. And I think it has to get to that point where this is a have to for me, whatever it is, whatever goal or commitment you made, it has to get to this is a have to case for me. And I think that's why so many people hit rock bottom before they get there, is because it has to get down to this is a have to for me. I don't have any other choice. And so many people don't do that until they are
until they do get to that point where there is no
right. And I don't want to get to rock bottom before I make that decision. You know, I don't want it to have to be a have to, because I haven't eliminated all the plan Bs, but I've ran through all the plan Bs to where there are no more plan Bs. I don't want to run through all the plan Bs to get to that point. You know, if I went out and got a job tomorrow, my heart would not be in it. No. And I wouldn't do a good job. No. You know?
And it'd probably take 10 times longer than you thought in order to get where you want to get.
Exactly.
In order to get
There's
back to...
There's a reason that the few jobs I have tried to get, I didn't. You know? There's a reason for that. So, I want to get rid of the plan Bs before I have to. And that's one of them. And if any more come up, I want to get rid of those too. I want to do what I want to do. And what I feel led to do, what I feel like is my purpose to do. So I have to get committed to it. That's the next step. The next right step. It helps to have support.
It does. It does help to have support.
And I thank you for your support.
Thank you for your support. I think the two of us together make a good team.
Well, we're committed to helping people live their dreams. And that's the biggest part of this commitment. I really resonated with this chapter. And we're not even through the chapter yet completely. But
didn't you love the story about Mildred?
Good story.
Yeah.
And that helped me to see, too, I need the commitment Mildred had. To know this is going to happen.
Yeah. We have to get.
And until we can get that way with each one of our goals, then it may or may not happen. You know? But until we burn the bridges or burn the boats and say, this is what I want and I'm not stopping till I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think Mildred would have been there with her bags the last second.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And would have got on that boat unless they'd kicked her off,
Mm-hmm.
physically carried her off, you know? And that's where we have to get, you know?
I'm ready to get there.
Me
How about
too.
you?
Me too.
Make that commitment.
Good stuff.
It's good stuff. Shreen.